February 1st. Yes. Means, of course, this is the first day of Black History Month. Celebrating Black history all through the coming weeks. We are highlighting innovators, creators, and amazing Black change makers. And we'll also be introducing you to people who are making history now. For example, later in the show, we have Dr. Hadia Nicole Green. She will be here, one of the first Black female PhDs. So we can't wait to talk to her. We're also going to be sharing some facts on the screen all throughout the month. But first, you ready for it? It is time for Talk of the Talk. All right, Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, he was trending yesterday, not because, though, of Super Bowl 58, which he's gearing up for, but recently, inside the NFL, they posted a clip of the team after they won the AFC Championship featuring a shirtless Mahomes. This, right here, Exhibit A. Now, a lot of people then started pointing out that he had, quote, dad bod. Mahomes had fun with it, saying, like, I got kids. He said, why you gotta do me like that? So are you down with dad bods, Amanda? That's your type.
No, I'm so confused here because I always thought, and I don't know, I actually do have evidence supporting my thoughts.
Okay.
That it was like an acceptable, good thing. Like it was a celebrated, sort of cute and sexy thing for a man to have a dad bod.
I think so.
Okay, and I will tell you that a magazine in Hollywood had a list of celebs and their dad bods, and the quote before the list said, these celebs have foregone the six-pack abs for what looks more like an occasional six-pack brew. Hold on. And it ends with, and we can't get enough.
Yeah.
So,
who are some of the guys on it?
Because I know you have a rebuttal.
Yes.
And and now my only point in this is if this is the situation that a dad bod is a celebrated thing, I would just like to say, go on record saying, and I think all the ladies here are going to agree with me, if there was an article with 9 women who had mom bods, I guarantee you the end quote wouldn't be, and we can't get enough.
Right, exactly.
All right now.
Definitely is a double standard on the reverse side.
It is a double standard. Thank you, Natalie, with the reporting news.
On the flip side. Yes, on the flip side of it.
I see where you're going with this, but first off, no fellas in here will tell you and agree that a dad bod is a thing. It's not a thing. Now, you might have a preference about it, but when it comes,
it's not a thing?
Dad bod is a thing. It's not an acceptable thing.
Not
like
acceptable.
we go, yeah, I want a dad bod. Like nobody wants a dad bod. Hold on, you might have that preference.
It depends on who your daddy is.
Chris Pratt, Will Ferrell, a little bit,
Yeah, but it's not a celebrated thing. That's just a preference. Just like men have preference on what they like, depending on the range of what they like, that's okay too. Yeah. So it's a preference thing. But just like women get shamed about their body, we got to also make room for that for men as well. Yeah. Men get shamed. That's why Patrick Mahomes is responding like, yo, why y'all got to do me like that?
Yeah.
He's acknowledging that they're kind of shaming his body because people think that if you're a professional athlete, you are immune to going through dad bod. Let me tell you something. When Crystal had our first kid, I put on 30 pounds too, so I was right there with her.
It's called the sympathy weight.
I put on the weight with her, like.
Oh, wait a minute.
Because it's like sometimes it feels like the ladies like, no, it only happens to me. No, it happens to me too.
But you, wait a minute. He always say that like you pushed the baby out. All you did.
No.
You pushed the sandwich in. She pushed the baby out.
Crystal pushed the baby out. I pushed the baby in. That's how it happens. Breaking news. Give me the ticker. Where's our director? Give me the ticker. Breaking news.
That's breaking news. But this still is a daytime talk show.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't going that route. I was just saying the work that I put in gave me the dad bod.
Okay.
Somebody help me. Help me get out of this.
You don't have to get gonna say.
He gave me the timeout.
Yes. Listen. All I know is I look at Jerry. Jerry's like, I'm not going in here. I'm not going. He's like, I'm not going. Don't put me in, Coach. Jerry's like, don't put me in.
I feel like in conclusion, what I learned.
You just took me back to the 7th grade. In conclusion.
Bring it home.
Well, I feel like I'm a little bit businessy today. So in conclusion, what I learned today is that men don't want a dad bod.
No.
Oh, and it's not a compliment to them.
No.
And it's not something that a man is happy to receive. That's not a thing that's okay.
Put like this.
It's good to know.
Patrick Mahomes is getting clowned by his boys in the locker room. He's getting clowned.
I'm going to just argue that you see anybody from a side shot, dad bod, mom bod, whatever, anybody from a side shot when the camera's like right down here, midsection, nobody looks good.
Yeah.
So that's it. You're going to get a gut no matter how that camera position.
You want to get in there?
But Jerry,
Yeah, get in
come
there.
on. Jerry, as somebody who celebrates, Jerry, get in there, Jerry.
Okay,
Come on.
Yeah.
I want to hear what Jerry says.
I disagree with Akbar. I'm not ashamed of my dad bod.
Celebrate with Jerry.
I have a double standard. Actually, no. I mean, I have to tell you, I think it's.
Somebody said, let's see it. Don't encourage him,
no,
please.
please. No, we've actually. I'm not joking. There's been memos for me not to take my shirt off. I'm not joking. I actually think his body. I think his body looks pretty good. I mean,
I think it looks great.
Yeah.
it's okay. It's not like
By
a
the way,
dad bod.
I'll also offer up, if a guy looks a little too chiseled and too perfect and is spending so much time in the gym, ladies, does that signify like, okay, maybe he cares a little too much about himself?
What's
I don't
what's
know,
wrong?
Amanda.
What's wrong? What's wrong with that?
There you go.
I don't know. Are you popping your pecs?
Yeah,
as I'm
because
talking to
I
you?
spend a lot of time in the gym. You know what I mean? Like.
I don't need evidence, Akbar.
Well, I would ask this. I would ask this before we go to the next topic.
Yes.
Can all the dads in the audience just stand up and let us applaud
Yes,
you
celebrate
no matter what
you.
your body is?
Yes, Dad.
Yay! Cheers to the dad bod. Yes.
That's right.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you, Sharon. Take it off.
Thank you.
Take
No,
it
that's
off. How does it feel, Dad?
No.
You know what? You know what? I'm
Everybody
so
gets their
sick of
shirts
everyone
on.
treating us dad bods like a piece of meat, okay? Leave us alone. Patrick Mahomes, you're not just playing for the Chiefs. You're playing for every man with a dad bod out there. You go win it for us.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Jerry, thank you for that rousing
Okay, wait.
speech. All right.
Get us that ring.
Speaking of
We're going to
Super
keep
Bowl-
talking about it, Natalie.
Speaking of Super Bowl 58, it's sparking more than one debate, okay? A woman recently called in to a radio show with this scenario. Her birthday is coming up, February 10th. Her boyfriend just won 2 free tickets to the game, which, of course, you know is February 11th, right? So we're thinking, best birthday ever, right? No, wrong. He's not taking her. Listen to this.
You could take me, and you're choosing to not take me, leave me all alone on my birthday.
Wait, Derek, who are you taking
and
with
bring
you?
someone else.
I'm taking my best friend. I'm taking my best friend, Brad.
Are you a football fan, Megan?
Well, I'm not necessarily a fan of football, but I'm a fan of Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay? Listen. Also, Taylor Swift is probably going to be there.
Thank you.
Okay, Jerry. Jerry, you go.
He's got to do this. A Super Bowl, the Super Bowl right here on CBS. We have a week of Super Bowl stuff coming up next week. You're going to love it. The Super Bowl is a really special event, and you have to share that with someone who is going to understand the magnitude of that event. That said,
Keep going.
that said, Vegas is a really fun place to bring your significant other. I suggest they all 3 go, okay? He spends some time with the missus, you know, maybe maybe a buffet or 2, maybe a spa day. Right. And then he and his friend go to the Super Bowl. The only problem is it's tough to get rooms there. They're going to be in one like queen size bed in the hotel.
All 3 of them.
It's going to be like one.
Very awkward.
So I'm right. I'm with you. I think you're saying it. You leave the missus with the spa and whatever else she wants to do, and you take your boy. I'm taking my boy to the game. Look, I've done this before. I took my wife to a Chargers game and all she kept complaining about was how loud it was in the stadium. I'm like, babe, there's 60,000 people here. Of course, like, it's going to be loud.
I'm sorry,
it's a football game.
It's the Super Bowl. It's Usher. The halftime show is a spectacle. There's so much more than football. I've been to Super Bowls. You sit there, and whether you get the game or not, you were just like, I am at the Super Bowl.
But Natalie,
your mind is
go ahead.
blown.
Let me help you. Okay. I totally agree with you as a regular female. But what I would do, I would take my wife or whoever to Las Vegas with me. I agree with you fellas on that. But I would go, baby, go to the game. Enjoy it with your friend. I'm going to go to Magic Mike. Me and my girlfriend's going to look at them dudes and take their clothes off.
Oh, psychology.
I can get down with that. I'm with you, Sheryl. That might be better than the halftime show.
That's a little psychological play right there.
Or give me your credit card and let me go shopping while y'all go to the game. Yes, I'm going to get what I need.
That's a good plan.
Yeah.
I say do both. Go shopping for a hot dress and then go see Magic Mike. And I'll see you after the game.
Okay.
Well, hold on, time out.
No. You didn't want to take me.
It's her birthday.
You didn't want to take me. You had fun at the game.
It's somebody's birthday. She's going to make
No,
it.
you ain't going to no Magic Mike without me.
All right. Enjoy the show, Akbar. Okay. Today, all right, change the topic. This is big, guys. This is really big. Today is the final day, by the way, to enter the Talk's Home Viewer Touchdown Contest. You do not want to miss out on this incredible prize. It retails for over $22,000. Here's what you get. One lucky winner is going to score 2 tickets to Super Bowl 58, plus a stay at a Vegas hotel with food, beverage, airfare, all included. All you have to do to enter is post your touchdown dance video on Instagram today, last day. Follow and tag at the Talk CBS Instagram account using the hashtag the Talk Touchdown Dance. Our touchdown dances are up there. It's easy. It's that easy. So we've already received some of those dances, those submissions. Let's take a sneak peek. Here they are.
They say I'm as big as they come, king of the hill. I'm pulling their card, I hit them so hard, it feel like steel. They dazed, amazed, they caught in the phase. Keep trying to clone, no sooner than later they figured it out. Your boy is gone, and when it comes to the fame and bringing the pain, you know I got too much game. I'm in my own lane.
Wow! Well done! Very well done.
By the
Keep
way,
those submissions coming.
shout out to our viewers and also the ones who seem to drink a little bit when they're doing that. A lot of our viewers are like,
That's fine by us.
love it.
All right, remember, today is your last chance to join the fun, so get those touchdance videos into us, and who knows, you might be the one heading to Super Bowl 58. Full details for entry are in our Instagram pinned post. We will announce the winner next week. Stick around, though. Much more of the talk when we come right back. Welcome back. All right, we wanted to bring attention to this. Yesterday, in an historic congressional hearing, CEOs of 5 major tech companies, including TikTok, X, and Meta's Mark Zuckerberg, they were grilled over growing concerns about children's safety online. During the hearing, Zuckerberg apologized to families of the children who were harmed by social media. The hope is to finally pass legislation that would help protect children online and improve safety on all of these platforms. What are we saying? And are corporate CEOs responsible for what their products do?
Yes, they should be held responsible. And these CEOs look like out-of-touch, wealthy people that don't seem to understand what everyday Americans are going through. They should be held accountable. They should do something about this, because what's happening on social media is affecting self-esteem, how children feel about themselves, and they're being... I don't know how you say it, Natalie. I think they're open to predators and all these different things, so they got to do something about it. Yeah. And they look shocked that they were even being questioned.
Well, no, the research was there. We've heard, of course, the whistleblowers who've spoken out and have said, we knew that these products that we were creating were harmful to children. We've seen the reports on this. So they've known, they've had all of this at their hands, but yet it's been almost impossible, it seems, for them to put measures into place, although Zuckerberg promised we're going to throw billions of dollars at the problem. You heard a lot of the other CEOs saying we're doing everything we can. We're going to try to make sure we put the right restrictions in place so that parents know that we're trying to protect their children. But what is it going to take? I mean, short of you sitting there next to your child, which we can't do 24/7.
It's impossible. And I think what you're saying, too, which I totally agree, is that the CEOs seem to be committed to more profit over protection.
Right.
And so that's why I'm having a hard time, as a father of 4, I'm having a hard time believing what's coming out of their mouths. You're just throwing money out there, billions of dollars to what? Like, to be honest with you, that stuff needs to be removed because I don't know how much protection you can put around it, because all the kids have to do is share a video. They send that stuff all to each other via text message. And they're getting a lot of different data points, and I'm seeing how it's impacting my kids at home and their self-esteem, like you talked about. It's a real thing. It's a real thing, and it's destroying a lot of kids.
And you know what's interesting is this is a bipartisan Senate hearing, and they're all saying the same. The frustration was there. All the Senate members were all saying, "What more can we do?" But also, Congress has not done their part either. To the same measures, the CEOs are getting grilled. It's on us as parents to grill our lawmakers and hold them accountable and say, well, why aren't you passing those bills? Why aren't you making those measures? Why aren't you putting those things in place that are going to help protect our kids?
And this is interesting is, Elvis is only 4, so I'm not in this world yet. But what you guys are saying is that you as parents, and I can vouch for all of you on this stage being amazing parents, you can't even, because like my gut reaction is, thank God they're doing this. Yes, they need to be held accountable, but also parents need to be on top of their kids. But you're saying it's even impossible.
It's impossible. Look, I wish I had my phone out here. As God is my witness, I have every restriction you can think of on the phone, and the kids can still circumvent. They can screen grab and screen record, send it to another friend. It's just like, I can't stop.
They create fake accounts.
They create fake accounts, and it's like you're running around trying to chase all of this, and you can't. And it's just like, I'm having a hard time keeping a wrap on it because technology continues to grow, but it's the algorithm that feeds them the nonsense, the insecurity. The algorithm knows your insecurity, which is crazy. And then it's feeding them back and reinforcing to them these negative things about themselves. And to see my daughters or to see my sons go through that, it's tough.
It was
it's like, I don't know how to even help them.
Such a powerful moment, though, seeing those parents holding up the pictures of their children who have died as a result of, and that picture right there, I think that's a game changer. That should speak volumes. And I hope that is a moment that, like cigarette lawmakers, how that changed the industry. I hope seeing this and knowing, how many kids, and this is just a small sampling of the thousands, the hundreds of thousands of kids who have died.
We need to keep the heat on. Don't let this be a one-off, because they're talking about almost 3 decades that they've been trying to get something done, and they haven't gotten it done. So we as Americans, whether you got children or not, we're going to have to deal with what happens when they don't do something. So we need to keep the heat on.
I know. I'll just say this one last thing, and this is extreme. I don't know how realistic it is, but it almost feels like on the other side, as a consumer, it just seems like the best thing to do is just to unplug all of them. You know what I mean? If everybody got together and disconnected and deleted accounts, maybe that sends the attention to them because their ad revenues go down because we're all disconnecting. So it's extreme, but I don't know how else to attack a big beast like this.
It's a longer conversation.
All right, well, coming up, actor and comedian Matt Walsh is joining us up next. We'll be right back.
First guest is an Emmy-nominated actor who made us laugh for years on Veep. Now he is showing us his serious side as an ethics teacher in the new movie Suncoast. Take a look.
Let's talk about being naked in public. Is that an ethics question? Yes, Adam.
Well, that depends on the laws of the land.
Exactly. Banning public nudity is a rule of a particular society, our society. Especially this classroom. But what about Christian ethics? How do they differ from the law of the land? Whoa, what's your hurry? Am I that boring?
Please welcome my buddy, the very talented Matt Walsh!
Are they this excited for everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I'm just good for you.
All right, let's get to it.
Yeah, we got to get right to it because you are in a fantasy football league with our very own Jerry O'Connell.
Yeah.
And he actually won this year.
Yeah.
How would you describe Jerry as a fantasy league
Jerry has
football
been
winner?
on like a month-long victory lap, rubbing it in our faces. Truth be told, Jerry was terrible, like shamefully awful for like for the last 3 or 4 years.
Wow,
But
tell more.
But he crushed. Yeah, it was a little pathetic, but he came on strong this year and he dominated and he crushed and he beat me in the playoffs and then he won the whole thing. And
Really?
And
I actually think we should finally celebrate Jerry's victory so we can put an end to him
you have something to
bragging.
present with, right?
More than anything, this is the official trophy. Jerry, is your name on there yet? I don't know if your name will go on there. Mine's on there somewhere.
This is unreal. I gotta tell you.
Hold on, before you do this, like every winning team, when they come home to their winning city, we're gonna give you a little ticker tape parade. So march around real quick. You ready?
Here you go.
Go ahead.
Here you go. Ready?
Wave to the audience. Wave. All right, that's it.
Here we go. Wow.
You did it.
That's it. Now you
Matt,
can't talk about it anymore.
I gotta ask you, Matt. We went out to dinner to celebrate my victory.
All right.
Actually, I did take everybody out to dinner. I took
did.
everyone who was in the league who
You
lost to
greased
me
us.
out
Yeah,
to
you took
dinner. I
care of
thought
us.
that was super nice of me. But I was like, I sat down and I said to Matt, "Where's my trophy? I want the trophy." And you were like, "I forgot about it." Did you?
I didn't
know
win
you were gonna
last
bring
year.
this?
Cordry was supposed to. We took care of it. Yeah, we got it here.
Wow, that's so incredible.
But
wow,
you had your parade. You celebrated, so you can't talk about it anymore.
Well, no, I mean, I'm so sorry.
Jerry, that's it. You
No,
can't
hold
talk
on a
about it.
second. I
Okay.
know we're going to talk about Suncoast. Suncoast, an incredible film, all that stuff. But this is now about me.
All right.
No, Suncoast is great. Come on.
You know, so that's fantasy football. Let's talk about reality. I mean, you actually played some high school football, didn't you?
Briefly, I played high school football briefly.
But you were showing off some athleticism. I think we got something here where you showing off your
some
athleticism. What were you doing here? What? You hopping the fence? Were you getting away from the cops?
No. I borrowed something from a friend. I think it was like a juice or something valuable. And he said, just bring it back, leave it on the porch. But when I got to his house, his gate was locked. So I had to hop over the fence with the thing because I couldn't just leave it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So I had to leave it on the porch and hop over. And then I told him, I said, I think you're going to have a funny photo on your Ring camera if you look.
When was the last time you had hopped a fence prior to this?
It's been a long time. It's kind of like that. Yeah.
All right. I got to say, you are super agile.
I'm surprisingly athletic, yeah. And I fight dirty, Jerry. I fight dirty.
By the way, I mean, I know you're at Suncoast. I know you're in all these things. I think next up for you is Spider-Man.
Yeah, like an older multiverse.
Okay, well, wait. Let's talk about Suncoast. It's your new movie, and it follows a teenager whose brother is suffering a long-term illness, and it's set against the backdrop of a very landmark medical case. It's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
It's intense. Where's the light and hope in it?
I think what's beautiful about it, it's during the Terry Schiavo euthanasia story that was all over the media in America. And what's beautiful about it is it's about a girl whose brother is actually going through, he's in a coma and he's staying at the same place that she was staying at. And she meets people who don't believe in euthanasia, and she befriends someone who has completely different views from her, but there's true love and friendship that both of them share with each other. And I think that's what's beautiful about the story, is that in a time right now, country's pretty polarized, connecting with people and seeing how common and connected we really are is a beautiful story and an important story.
Yes,
Matt, wow, you're on a roll. You're about to be in this incredible limited series, I guess we'll call it, Manhunt, which is based on the story of the manhunt chase for John Wilkes Booth. And you play Dr. Mudd, who plays a pretty big role in it.
Yeah.
Give us a little bit of that.
It's about the 13 days around the assassination of Lincoln by John Wilkes Booth. I played Dr. Mudd, who actually was in on the conspiracy, and there's all this. I grew up in Illinois, and I didn't know any of these facts about the assassination of Lincoln. They tried to take down the whole government the same night they shot Lincoln, and he was in on the conspiracy. A lot of these guys went to trial. Some of them were hung. Some of them went to jail. So it's really fascinating.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, it's heavy.
Matt, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for bringing Jerry his trophy.
Congratulations.
Suncoast will be in theaters and available to stream on Hulu next Friday, February 9th, and episodes of Manhunt will be available on Apple TV Plus starting Friday, March 15th. Up next, we will introduce you to the brilliant scientist, Dr. Hadiyat Nicole Green. We'll be right back.
Black History Month here at the top. We're excited to introduce you to a brilliant scientist whose treatment for cancer using lasers has the potential to change the game. Please welcome Dr. Hadiyat Nicole Green. Good to have you.
Dr. Green. Oh, yeah. Okay, Dr. Green. Thank you for being here. You flew in from Atlanta, where you are a professor at an HBCU. So that's right, that's right. Okay. I know beginning cancer research was deeply personal for you. How did your work start?
So first, let me say thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be here. It seems like all of my life prepared me to get to this moment. From losing my biological parents and having my aunt and uncle be more like parents than distant relatives, it brought this whole experience very close to home. And all of the little experiences of having my aunt have me in the kitchen with her making cornbread from scratch, baking cakes from scratch, taught me how to do protocols that for me was like doing chemistry, right? Because I didn't have a chemistry kit or a science kit growing up. That was it for me, right? And then she would sit me down and have me untangle all those little necklaces in her jewelry box. If you guys have ever seen the necklaces in an old lady's jewelry box, and I would sit for hours, and that gave me my love for solving puzzles. And then I had a brother who had me doing his 4th grade homework when I was in kindergarten.
Oh my God.
And he would celebrate every time I figured out a puzzle, and I had the 4th grade teacher who flunked him, and he had to repeat the 4th grade. She found out, and she started sending me a subscription of Highlight magazines.
Wow.
Right, and so I love solving puzzles, and even though he repeated 4th grade, I ended up being the first in the family to go to college.
Wow. You named your foundation after your aunt?
I did. So the Ora Lee Smith Cancer Research Foundation is named after my late aunt in honor of all the women who don't have a building named after them, who took care of children that weren't theirs. And her journey with cancer was so heartbreaking. For her to say that she would rather die than experience the side effects of chemotherapy and radiation, it was really heartbreaking. And I was her primary caregiver the last 3 months of her life. So I saw all of this transition, and then 3 months after she passed, my uncle who raised me was diagnosed with cancer. I was his primary caregiver. As he lost 150 pounds, all of his hair, all of his eyebrows, all of his eyelashes, his skin was your complexion, beautiful chocolate. It looked like it had been barbecued.
Oh, gosh.
It was heartbreaking. And I said, there has to be something better than this. That's right. And people shouldn't have to choose between those experiences and healthy, affordable cancer care.
That's right.
So explain to those of us who are not maybe as scientifically minded what your research is and how you are trying to give those solutions and fix this puzzle.
So there are so many different analogies. So part of the inspiration was that I interned at NASA and I trained under the people who developed like fiber optics and faster cable and internet, which is what I thought I was going to do in life. And so I ended up taking the inspiration that if a satellite in outer space can tell whether a dime on the ground is face up or face down, or a cell phone can call anywhere on the planet, even in a stadium full of people on the other side of the planet, and target just one cell phone, surely we should be able to use space technology to eradicate cancer.
That's right.
Target cancer cells. In the body.
That's right.
So here I am at 22 years old, a 4.0 GPA as a physics major.
That's what I'm talking about.
And had a full scholarship to graduate school, and I said, you know, why not use this Albert Einstein education to eradicate cancer? So for those of you guys who are not scientists, I'm taking really tiny, tiny particles that you can't see with the naked eye, called nanoparticles, and I designed a new type of nanoparticle, and it's only activated with a certain wavelength of a laser. And so you can shine this laser on the nanoparticles that we inject directly in the tumor, and the laser causes the nanoparticles to get hot, so hot that they kill cancer cells.
And the way she just explained that, it makes you understand it, right, Natalie?
And you're in the research phase right now still,
so
right?
we have been able to demonstrate this, what I call laser-activated nanotherapy. And let me just clarify that we are raising the funds to show this works in humans. So we've only shown that it works in mice, right? And so we've been able to show that we can induce tumor regression in a short period of time after one treatment.
Wow.
That is really, really good.
That would be amazing.
So when I talk about this, I have to be careful because we have so many cancer patients in all of my inboxes and all of my DMs who are pouring their heart out, saying they want to be a guinea pig for this. And I've been stuck fundraising, dealing with the disparities of black women in research, black female scientists. This is not a me thing. One of the inventors you guys may know, the inventor of the super soaker, right?
Yes.
So he talked to me about how difficult it was for him to get funding and the perils, so it's not unique to me. So this is a unique opportunity to come on the talk and talk about the importance of getting funding.
And see, I think when a person like you, I can see why the Girl Scouts named you one of their national role models, because you really, you know, you're an example for others to follow. You're really doing great things. That smart brain, and yes.
So that was one of the most humbling honors, right? So I see celebrities and entertainers and rappers saying, I don't want to be a role model. And I'm like, oh, I'll be a role model.
Yes, we need more like you. You are the kind of role model we need to encourage more young black women to go into STEM. How did you, as a young girl from, as I understand, inner city St. Louis, right? You grew up in St. Louis. See that my future is in physics and getting one of the first PhDs in physics for black women.
So, I see you guys have on the screen my uncle who raised me. And there were only 2 times in life where I saw him cry. It was when my aunt passed and the day that I graduated with my PhD in physics. I never imagined that life would bring me here, right? It was an accumulation of all the experiences, from the necklaces to my brother celebrating every time I got a problem right, doing his 4th grade math in kindergarten, getting the 4.0 grade point average in physics. But when I became a physics major, it wasn't because I was trying to be a physics major. There was this lady named Aisha Fields who became the 50th African-American woman to get a PhD in physics that led to me becoming the 76th black woman to get a PhD in physics. And
that's a great thing. But wait, I want to tell you this before you go, too. I love the fact that you talked about cooking being about chemistry.
Yes.
A lot of chemists out there on these Bill. I love that. I love that. I love that.
Dr. Green, keep telling your story
That's
because
right.
more need to hear it. Thank you so much for being here with us. To find out more, you can go to thetalk.com to find out about the Orly Smith Cancer Research Foundation. We'll find out more. It is time for today's must-have giveaway event. Rooted in dermatology and hydrotherapy, event has over 275 years of expertise in caring for sensitive skin and is recommended by dermatologists worldwide. And guess what, everyone in today's studio audience? You're going home with a $150 event gift certificate for your chance to win the giveaway at home. Go to the Talk Facebook page. We're back after this. Tomorrow we got a brand new episode of The Talk with Pablo Schreiber and Lauren Ash. You don't want to miss it. See you here tomorrow.